This is Age of Armageddon, Issue 3. As always with this series, ignore the title. It should be called Age of Wolfman, because Wolfman is Armageddon now. And most of the stuff from Age of Armageddon is contradicted or retconned. Nice cover showing us a bunch of characters who are dead and not in the comic. All your favourite characters from Age of Armageddon, they are dead. And if you are lucky, you will get to see one of them brought back to life as a devout slave of Wolfman. I won't bang on about this not being Age of Armageddon for a whole video again. I'll just say it at the top of the videos and then bring it up again when there is something specifically relevant to it in the issue itself. It is a weird pitch, this series. I have positive things to say, but also negative things that mostly end up cancelling out any of the positives. I have always said that the biggest strength is the 5 new characters it introduces. We open with Good Tights, this version of him. He is at the bondage club, and Good Tights, he is undercover as an hedonist. That is his setup. He goes undercover at the bondage club as like a sleazy playboy, and he tries to overhear helpful information or coax stuff out of Kevin Bacon. Good Tights, he was actually seen in the original Age of Armageddon, and this series just ignores those appearances, and it is never mentioned. See, it only took a page for it to come up again. This is a 2-part story. This is the first part. It is called The Resurrection Agenda, which is a very generic name for a comic book story. The plot is that Dark Smurf and Sugar Man, I was going to call him Nannymon after a similar looking Digimon, but I didn't think the name Nannymon is very good or descriptive for him. The two of them, they are like the evil scientists of Age of Armageddon. And here they have gathered a bunch of the dead bodies of muties. And they are going to revive them as loyal slaves for Wolfman. Just like they did with Cyclist. They are idiots though, and they resurrect the worst one, Pillock. What a waste of science. Sugar Man actually has a pretty fun design, but this isn't it. I don't know if this is another thing they ignored or retconned for this, or if it's just the artist not doing it right. But Sugar Man, his face is his torso. He doesn't have a torso and then a head like this. He has a big torso, which is his face. So they are going to bring back a bunch of dead muties, a lot of your favourites from the original Age of Armageddon, but they won't bring any of them back. Why, when they can bring back Pillock, who is crap in any reality? And all of this is witnessed from the shadows by one of our heroes, friend. She has infiltrated the lab. We saw that last issue. She hid in a set of drawers. Here we get a little in to Deadshot's backstory involving her brother. Deadshot, she is a new character, but her brother was a minor mutilating bad guy in New Excellent Men and Excellent Force. We will get to see more of what this is all in reference to in a few issues. Then we have Saberclaw's son, Creed Braxton. He is a drunkard with daddy issues, and he is pretty cool. I do like these new characters, but they are all just DC characters. This is Bane. I have called a friend because I am short-sighted, but she could just as easily be called Huntress. So Creed, he is Bane. He is a badass with big flamethrowers and knives and shit like that. But the whore, she one-shots him and he immediately falls in love with her. Even with all the connotations of the term and my own use of it, not being strict to female characters, this is a Mary Sue. Even in this depressing alternative reality where she has no powers, the whore is still the biggest Mary Sue walking. At least last issue, I'd her get twatted in the head with a teacup. That was the best thing ever. That alone is worth reading the whole series for. Revod, he meets up with Kevin Bacon to forge an uneasy alliance, exchanging information. Revod, he is the real breakout star here. I think Bane and Deadshot, and even Good Tights a bit, they are wonderful characters. Friend, she doesn't get much today, but I would count all 5 of them as worthwhile. But Revod is like, hands down, the one that is fascinating all the time. He has a billion Machiavellian plans active at once, like this stuff with Kevin Bacon, and we end this issue seeing another one in action. Now remember all those characters on the cover. You had The Flash, Squealy, Buffy Pride. Well, now they revive a character who wasn't even in Age of Armageddon. And I like this book, despite all my gripes. And I turned the page and I just started hating it. I got really defeatist and depressed. And I can't explain why. Action Jackson now. Friend, who I nearly just called Huntress. She reveals herself and starts trying to damage the machinery to stop them from bringing back the other muties. And outside, having gotten the info from Kevin Bacon, Revod, Bane and Deadshot, they launch an attack on the facility. And then here is Dead Pills with an army of multiplication mans. They will not be seen again next issue. We end with Good Tights, who isn't on the mission with the rest of them. Instead, he has been sent to track down someone, and that someone is David Banner, who is also Hulk. And I will discuss how this ignores Hulk's established backstory in the original Age of Armageddon next issue. Not many people read this book, and even fewer liked it. And it is bizarre to think that I am likely one of its biggest fans, despite how much scorn I can pour on the direction, the misleading nostalgia baiting, and its treatment of the source material. But whenever it is just those new characters, it is good. 7 thumbs up.